Hi everyone, welcome back to the Divine Healing with Love channel. I am Nicole and I'm so grateful to have you here with me today. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you all so much for all of your love, support, encouragement, likes, subscribing, commenting. It really helps the channel. I'm so grateful to be of service, to help you on your journey. This is healing for you. It's healing for me. I'm so grateful we can work together to build this community and to help bring more love to the collective and the world by healing ourselves and becoming our best versions. So today's reading is going to be about relationship wounds. What are some relationship wounds that you are carrying? Now, you could be single, or you can be in a relationship or dating, or, it doesn't matter where you are with your romantic life. This is just going to give you some insight and clarity as to what you need to know about yourself in terms of like your wounding when it comes to like romantic partners, romantic partnerships, relationships, connections. What wounds are you carrying? What emotional baggage are you holding on to? What are some fears? What is going on? Just diving into that so you can heal that part of yourself, so you can have healthy relationships, healthy connections, conscious connections, things of that nature. So we're going to be diving into that today. As always, I say this, but I'm going to say this again. This was definitely a random pull for each pile. I did not choose these cards. These are the cards that came out. So for pile 1, we have here blame. Okay, that is going to be the theme or message for pile 1. Of course, you choose whichever pile. If you're gravitating toward more than one pile, feel free to watch. And then pile 2, we have surrender. Pile 3, we have guilt. Okay, so pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Timestamps will be linked below. Again, you use your intuition. If you need to pause the video to figure out which pile, you do so. Use your intuition, whatever you hear, whatever you feel, whatever you see. And if you gravitate towards more than one pile, that is okay as well. You just go with whatever feels right for you. Thank you all so much, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. I hope you're well. I hope you're feeling great. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you all so much for all of your love and support. So let's get right into it. Pile 1, we have here blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Okay, so you are getting already an energy here, pile 1. There's an energy, and I said in the beginning, in the intro, it doesn't matter whether you are in a relationship right now or you are single or dating. It doesn't matter. We're going to be diving into some of the wounds that you're holding, emotional baggage that you're holding from relationships, fears that you have about relationships. We're going to be diving into all of that. So with blame here, I'm just getting this energy that you may have had issues taking accountability for your own actions, or you may have had challenges with, again, accountability, like looking at yourself first before you look at the other person and what is happening with the other person. It's almost like an energy of, you may want to blame the other person for the things that don't go your way exactly. And you want to place blame on external circumstances. It could be that person. It could be other situations. It's just like a blaming. Of course, we have blame here, but it's like not always wanting to take accountability for what you have done, for your part in the situations, okay? For how you have, for your place, your role, okay? Like that's the energy that I'm getting. Okay, so let's get more into it. Let's find out what else is going on here with you, pile 1, and your wounds from relationships. What else do you need to know? What emotional baggage are you holding on to? What are some of the fears you have? Let's just get into it. Pile 1, please, Spirit. Please give me messages for Pile 1 about, excuse me, their relationship wounding. And I'm also getting an energy that you may have seen this growing up from childhood. Like if your parents or, you know, whoever you live with, parent, whatever the relationships were that you witnessed growing up, you may have seen like a lot of arguments. You may have seen a lot of conflict. So you may have seen situations where, you know, one or two people do not, you know, in those arguments, people are not accepting responsibility for their actions. They're passing the blame. They're, you know, arguing back and forth. Well, you did this and you did that. And if you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have done this. Like that type of energy. So it's kind of like, you know, seeing those things in childhood will program you to believe that this is how adults handle conflict. This is how people handle situations. People don't accept responsibility for their part. People don't, you know, like it's okay to keep passing on the blame. It's okay to keep blaming the other person for why things didn't go a certain way, why this didn't happen this way. So that's kind of like the energy that I'm getting. This may be stemming from childhood, but let's find out. Pile 1, please. Okay, Queen of Swords. Okay, the Sun in reverse, the Tower in reverse, the Devil, Five of Swords in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, and Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, I have just wanted to pull 6 cards, but the extra card came out, so we'll take it. And then we have Death at the bottom of the deck. Okay, Pile 1. Okay, Pile 1. So we're going to be pulling more cards as we go, but we're going to start here. The energy definitely that I'm getting is, you know, you're holding on to, for one, it's a few things that I'm getting, and if you're not resonating, please feel free to pick another pile. But I'm getting this energy that you definitely saw a lot of arguing in your childhood. You saw adults handling situations of conflict with arguments, with words, with, you know, verbally ripping each other down, verbally tearing each other down, like that verbal sparring type energy. It may have been, for some of you, again, it could have been like very emotionally abusive, very like an emotional attack constantly. But I'm also getting this energy. It could have also been violent as well, but that's not going to be for everyone. But, you know, a lot of times we don't realize how words are weapons, okay? Words can be used to attack someone, and it can hurt sometimes even more than physical attacks, okay? And so I do see here that you probably saw a lot of that in childhood, and by seeing that in childhood, you felt that this is how adults handle conflict. This is how adults handle situations. This is how you express yourself. You probably have a very cutting tongue, where, you know, your tongue is like a sword. Your voice is like can be a sword. It can be very cutting. It can, you know, really hurt someone, really tear someone down. You may not realize that. You may have had an addiction to arguing. You may have felt, again, and I feel like, and I'm not trying to, like, you know, this is probably, I should have said this from the beginning, this is likely going to be a very triggering reading today, okay? So I'm sending you a lot of love, and I'm giving you these messages rooted in love to help you to grow and realize what you need to know. But I am getting like this addiction to arguing, an addiction to drama, likening drama to passion. But basically, you like it's let's argue and let's make up. Let's argue and let's make up. And makeup is typically sex. Okay, so it's kind of like, you know, you may have been in this like energy of like, okay, you know, let's just say you're in a relationship and you see your partner is doing something on social media or doing something that you don't really like. You may hold on to some of these things and keep them buried down within. And, you know, when a certain situation happens, it's almost like you're blowing up. Like, you know, you hold on to things and then you just keep holding, and then someone pushes a button and then there's an explosion. You just completely blow up and lose it. And it's just like an explosive energy that you may go really far, and it may be a situation where you don't realize how much damage you cause when you do things like that. And it can be very hurtful to your partners, and those are things that they don't forget. Okay, I want to make that clear. You have a way with your body, with your words. And again, I feel like this is something, again, that you learn from childhood. So you may have I'm getting like also like a manipulative energy where you like to manipulate the situations. You like to manipulate things to go a certain way. And when it doesn't go a certain way, you blame others. You blame, you know, the person like, oh, well, if you had did this, then this would have come out like this. If you had just done this, things would have gone smoothly. You know, doing things like that, which is, again, essentially could be a weapon. Okay, it's like, yeah, I may not be hitting you, but I'm saying these things with the intent to hurt, to cause pain. Okay, and I feel like this is a situation where some of you, I feel like you realize this about yourself and you have been working on this. And it's almost just like when you do things like this, it's like you're reprogramming, right? It's like you're reprogramming yourself to do things differently. But I do see that you still have your moments where you go to the other side and you do, again, say things that could be very hurtful because that's your immediate response. That's your go-to. That's the first thing that you know how to do. You know how to rip someone down with your words. Like, and it may have even been a situation, again, I feel like this is what you saw in childhood, but it may have been a situation where you were kind of like a person that didn't feel, you may have been like feeble-minded, or you didn't feel very strong. You maybe felt like that was your only way to defend yourself growing up. Maybe you know, I'm getting some of you may have been bullied, or, you know, you didn't really feel like you knew how to physically fight, but you knew how to verbally attack. Like, you learned quickly, again, how to verbally attack. So that's just always your defense mechanism. That's your go-to. That's exactly what you do to defend yourself. That's like your way of, it's like a defense mechanism, and it's like your way to cope. And I feel like this was learned in childhood. And many of you, I do feel like you are realizing that this is part of like your issues when it comes to, because this is about romantic or relationships, but I feel like this is like with anyone. You know, you may do this with friends, family members. This is just something that you do with everyone. But probably your romantic partner will get it the worst. Now, I want to say this too. I do feel this energy that you know how to love hard. Okay? You know how to love hard, and you know how to love very deeply, and you're a passionate person. But when you feel attacked, this is, again, when you go on the defense. And this is like when you're out for blood, and you're out for blood with your mouth. And, you know, it's almost like I'm getting this energy that like your romantic partners are like, they almost see another side of you that they can't even believe that they're seeing, because it feels very like, well, where's the love? Like, where's this loving person that I know? Like, who is this person? Who's Power One turning into? And so it's like deep-rooted pain there. And again, I feel like this is really from childhood, what you saw growing up. you likely saw adults ripping each other down to the bone when things didn't go well. And even if you didn't see them arguing, for some of you, you didn't see them arguing, but you heard, like, you know, your mom, dad, or the adults that you live with, well, they're, talking about the situation and, ripping that person down that way to you, talking to you as if, you're the confidant, you're the friend, like, making you the listening ear, making you the one that they want to just dump all those emotions and baggage and how they feel. So even if you didn't see the arguments, you at least heard about it. And like heard, like, yeah, well, they said this, and then I said this, and then I said that, and then I knew what I was doing, but they didn't know what they were, all of that. So all of that is like in your subconscious. And it's just like that was showing you and teaching you and programming you, like, yeah, when someone does this and it doesn't go your way, this is how you fight back, and this is how you tell them, well, if you didn't do this, things would have been different. And if you handled it in this way, that constant blame, never taking accountability, okay? And so, again, this is something that's transforming, though. And even if you haven't started transformation yet, it's going to transform because now you know. I'm bringing it to your attention, okay? Now you're getting the truth. Some of you, you know this about yourself and you're working on it. You're already intentionally programming yourself to handle situations in a healthy way, taking responsibility for your actions, taking accountability, not being so hurtful with your words, not using your words as a weapon to completely rip someone apart, okay? So some of you, like I said, you're working on that now and you're healing. It's inner child healing, okay? We're going to go deeper. We're ready to go deeper right now. But a lot of this is inner child healing. This is inner child healing and healing that part of yourself. And the more you do take responsibility and accountability for you, not this other person, not what they did, not just you. What was your part in this? And this is not to say that you always have to, like, this is not to say that you're always going to have a part or you're always going to be wrong, because in some situations it will be totally the other person. But it's about taking yourself out of the situation and now looking at the whole situation from a higher perspective. Okay, so let's go deeper. Let's find out what else we need to know here. Okay, sexually frustrated. The side piece. The pop-up. And they got more game than the NBA. Okay. Lock and key, secrets, silence, burdens, quiet. Wild card, abstract, unpredictable, art, multifaceted, museums. We have call, communication, news, offers, excitement, luck. Sorry about that, y'all. And then we have you are my world, balance, care, respect, reciprocate, grounded, worth. Okay, pile 1. All right, so some more wounds and baggage that you're holding on to. So for some of you, with the sexually frustrated here, you may be currently feeling sexually frustrated, or you may have dealt with this in relationships or with your dating life, feeling like not satisfied with your sexual needs, feeling like your partner doesn't understand what you want sexually. Your partner doesn't understand what you need sexually. Maybe you need a lot more sex than, the partners that you've been with. Or maybe, again, the sex just wasn't as pleasing that you have realized. Or maybe right now in your relationship that you're currently in, you are not sexually satisfied. So this is about For number one, I feel this is about honoring yourself and honoring your needs. This is about getting to know yourself and getting to know what you need. You know, a lot of times partners can't read your mind, okay? But so in some situations they can, because they're moving with the energy, because they're just more aligned with, you know, they have that level of consciousness where they can, you know exactly what you want or what you need. But not everyone can do that. But this is about you knowing what you need first. You knowing what makes you go crazy. You knowing what makes you go wild. And also, this is about having that conscious connection as well. Because passion and intimacy, you know, this is all directly aligned, right? And sex, that's the physical part. But when you have that mental stimulation, when you have that soul connection, when you have that, just like that groundedness and that respect, self-respect for yourself, self-love, you know, and then you have that level of intimacy where you feel like you could trust this person, you feel safe. All of those things factor into when you come into the physical act. So if you have a situation where there's broken trust, you know, or like it's been cheating or lying or arguments and things like that, you will feel sexually frustrated. You won't feel satisfied. You won't feel like your needs are really being met, because there's those disconnects. And those disconnects will create tension in the bedroom. So, you know, keep those things in mind, because some of you are feeling sexually frustrated, and it could be, again, because of the, you know, situations in your relationship, or when you connect with someone, maybe you're not mentally connecting with them, or maybe there's no soul connection. So keep some of these things in mind. Now, we do have this side piece here. Now, some of you may have been in a situation where you were the side piece, or your person had a side piece. And so this is also, or maybe you feel like there's a fear here of being cheated on. You know, you may have, again, saw this growing up. Infidelity, you saw adults dealing with that in childhood. You know, you may have this, for some of you, you have a subconscious fear that, you know, all people cheat. You know, it doesn't matter who you're with. At some point, they're going to cheat. At some point, they're going to lose interest in you and wander off and do their own thing. So there is a subconscious energy here around that. And, you know, for some of you, I'm getting this energy that, you know, I'm getting a couple of things here. I'm getting something that a side piece, if you're in a relationship, a side piece may reach out to you to tell you that your person has been cheating. But I'm also getting this energy of someone is going to call you and maybe apologize from the past, or, you know, tell you some truth, give you some clarity, okay? The pop-up. So again, I'm getting this energy here that for some of you, you've dealt with relationship drama. Maybe because with this pop-up card, I'm getting the energy of manipulation, okay, which we talked about before. Some of you may have a manipulative type energy that you tap into, that you know, you do that to kind of get your way with things, or you may try to use your body or seductive qualities you feel to manipulate situations. But I'm also getting, maybe you've dealt with situations where, you know, someone, you know, you were dating someone and they popped up on you, and, or, you know, a side piece popped up, or there was some drama around that. And so there's some subconscious fears here around that. You know, you may be feeling like, again, some of you have this energy, and again, and I feel like it goes back to childhood. You may have saw a lot of dramatic situations with adults in their romantic life in childhood. And you feel like this is how relationships are supposed to go. Even if consciously you think, no, I don't want drama, I don't want all of that. This is in your subconscious. A lot of you, this is subconscious. This is what you saw. You saw people dealing with these kind of situations, and subconsciously you feel like this is how all relationships are supposed to go. You know, you feel like you go through these cycles of cheating. You go through these cycles of, you know, talking to other people, dating other people, and someone gets upset and there's drama. There could be drama on social media. For some of you, I'm hearing you've dealt with drama on social media. Baby mama, baby daddy drama, things like that. these are still wounds that you're holding on to, and you are believing that this is how all situations have to go. Even if you're saying, no, I don't want that anymore, I don't want that drama, I don't want that foolishness, there's still some subconscious energy around that needs to be healed. And it's like, again, it's like that unpredictable energy, that wild card. And for some of you, you may feel like you need that for, like, you subconsciously want those things to have excitement. You may feel like things are boring if you're just doing, like, date nights and Netflix and chill, and you may feel like that's boring. You may feel like, oh, I don't know if I really want that. That gets stale, that gets old. And again, this could very well be subconscious. You may subconsciously be feeling like that gets boring. I don't want that. I want this excitement. I want this drama. What this person got to say about me and my person being together. That type of energy. So it's about being honest with yourself. And, like, is this what you want? Or do you want something that's healthy, peaceful, harmonious? Do you want to go back and forth with people on social media about your person? Do you want to argue with other people that said, oh, I slept with your person, a week ago, what you going to say, what you going to do? Really digging into that. Asking yourself those questions. Are you attracting that? Are you bringing that in? And I know that's not easy, because that's, again, accountability. You being accountable for yourself, for your well-being. Is this really what you want? Do you feel like this level of drama gives you that passion and excitement that drives the bedroom action, that drives the physical act? Or can you have peace, harmony, pure love without all of that foolishness, and enjoy it and love it? For some of you, you may be attracting those type of, F boy, F girls, those player type energies. You may be attracting a lot of that. You may feel like, again, those are the ones that you like. And again, I feel like this is going back to childhood. You may have seen that growing up. You may have seen, that type of, like, again, that infidelity, that, the womanizing or man-eating type energy, like having all these different people, being okay with that, or different people in and out. And that's okay too, and again, I feel like this is, again, going back to childhood. These are things that could be even repressed. These are situations that, because you may not feel, again, sometimes you hear certain people be like, oh, like, let's just say if it's a female, you're a female, okay? And you feel like certain guys, you may be like, oh, that guy is corny, or he's this and he's that. The ones you like are the ones that are emotionally unavailable, or with all these different partners, and they're okay with just being with a new person every single day. And it's like, this is, again, diving into that, diving into, why are you attracted to that? Are you emotionally available to yourself? Because you got to be emotionally available to yourself to be able to get an emotionally available partner. Okay? So you have to do that inner work. And then again, it's like, okay, is this something that you really want? Do you really want someone that's, being with all these different people all the time? Like, is that the type of energy that you want around? Is that what you like? And I mean, no one wants to be cheated on, but if you don't feel worthy of being with someone that can just be committed to only you, you will continue to attract that. Okay? You will continue to attract that. And again, I know this is not an easy message to hear, but I'm trying to give you that clarity and truth to help you so you can really know and have healthy connections and healthy relationships. So let's dive deeper. Let's find out what else. So we have pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Those you love, love you. Love doesn't have to mean near. Love doesn't have to mean near. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. Ooh, pile one. Okay, who are you, pile one? Ooh, this is powerful. So, pile one, inner child healing is going to be so important for you because I really feel very strongly that the things that we have been seeing in this reading, you may have had a parent or both parents that were emotionally unavailable. And I want to say this again. I'm sending you so much love because this is not to rip you down. This is not to tear you down. This is not to make you feel less than or feel like you got all these issues. You don't. Okay, but this is about to help you and to give you this clarity so you can again have healthy relationships. So I really want you to really dive into your childhood. What did you see growing up? How did you see adults handling situations? Again, you may have had a parent or both parents emotionally unavailable, like avoidant of really feeling emotions, avoidant of really, that love is attached to drama and foolishness. You may have seen a parent, for some of you it was a father, cheated all the time, in and out the house, not wanting to be bothered. You may have adopted those type of energies. You may have taken that on, or you're attracting it because you may have seen, your mom or another adult accept and allow that, and you feel like, hey, if they allowed it, then I'll allow it. That's just how it goes. Because some of you are holding on to the belief that everyone cheats. It doesn't matter. You're always going to deal with it. So that's a limiting belief that needs to be healed. Because if you keep having that belief, you'll keep attracting that. You'll keep attracting a cheater. Okay, let's get into this. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't want crave your approval. Listen, you are a boss. It doesn't matter what gender you are, who you are a boss. You turn heads. You leave people speechless. Everyone will want your approval. You need to know that you can have whoever it is you want. You don't have to settle. You don't have to settle for BS. You don't have to settle for someone not seeing your value. You have to know your value. You have to know your worth. You have to know who you are and what you mean and what your worth is, okay? But you also can't have too much pride. You have to see yourself, love yourself, but see yourself in everyone. Everyone could be a mirror. When you argue with your person or when you're getting into it with people or whatever the situation is, again, what are they mirroring to you? What are they showing you? What are they showing you about yourself? Okay? And if they're showing you, and you got to be accountable for you though. You got to be accountable for you and be honest. What are they showing you about yourself and what do you need to know? But don't let anyone gaslight you. Don't let anyone, and this is again when you got to know yourself though. You have to know yourself because if you don't know yourself, people will gaslight you all day. I'm telling you right now, I've dealt with that. If you don't know yourself and who you are, people will make you feel like you're just someone who you are not. So this is about getting to know yourself, pile one, knowing your worth, knowing who you are, and not letting anyone treat you below the standards that you are. Not allowing that, okay? Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. This is, again, you want to expand your level of consciousness when it comes to connecting with people romantically. You don't have to keep going for someone who has all this drama, who this, that F boy, F girl, they're playing all around town. You don't have to keep going for that. You don't have to be in a situation where you have to pick a fight with someone in order to get that passion going so the sex can be good. These are the things that you have to let go. You can grow sexual intimacy and passion in other ways that are not attached to drama and verbal sparring and ripping people down and that anger and that, oh, well, what did the baby father, baby mama say? All of that. It doesn't have to be all of that. You can have love and passion and chemistry and all of that with healthy, peaceful, harmonious connections. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. This is, again, seeing things from a higher perspective. Okay? Seeing both sides. Seeing your side and the other person's side. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. It doesn't mean you're right. But it's about taking yourself out of the situation and looking at, okay, how does this person feel? What am I doing? Okay, how do I feel? Really like practicing that. Because again, if you grew up in a situation where if your parents were arguing and fighting, or with the adults or whatever, and they were constantly, again, like, well, if you did this, this wouldn't have happened. And the other person is coming back, well, you did this, and then this went like this. So no one is taking accountability. Everyone's passing the blame back and forth. It's like there's a ball in the hand called blame, and we're just throwing it back and forth to each other, and no one wants to accept any kind of responsibility. And then next thing you know, we're in the bedroom because we're so angry. Now we gotta physically, get this sex out, and now we're having angry sex. Like, who wants to do that? You know what I mean? And this is what it is. You have got to start doing that. And remember, those you love you. You are lovable. You are very lovable. I want you to start saying that to yourself. You are lovable, and those that you love, they love you back. Okay? But it's about, again, if you don't want the drama, you don't want the BS, you start healing that part of yourself and saying, I'm not going to allow this. I'm not going to accept this. Point blank, period. That's it. Okay, let's get to your healing oracles. What do you need to know? Waking the Lion. And that's 19, which reduces to number 10. Or the number 1. The Land Between, 40, which reduces to number 4. Birds of a Feather, 25, which reduces to number 7. Feeling the World, 13, which reduces to number 4. Excuse me. Okay. Gentle Gardener, number 2. Commitment, 36. Number just to number 9. 23, Golden Palace. And that reduces to number 5. And then we have these. I choose to love myself more and more each day. Look at that. And look, she has here fear, guilt. What is that? Insecurity. And then we have, I am open to receive peace, love, harmony, and joy. Perfect. So, wow, Pawan. It's a lot here. It's like, I feel very strongly again that, many of you don't know your worth. And this is something that you may be diving into now and really figuring it out. And I'm really encouraging you to figure this out and find your worth, because once you find your worth, you're waking the lion. You're going to wake up to who you really are. And you're not going to take any more BS. And you're going to realize that you can have so much more passion. You're going to have more passion. Because let me tell you right now, when you are talking about social media drama, cheating, all that type of stuff, baby mama, baby father drama, those type of things. And I'm not saying that baby mom, baby father, I'm not saying those things are not real, because they are real. But certain aspects of that can be very low vibrational. And when you're talking about a lot of those things, it's very low vibrational. And that's not creating that space for harmony, for peace, for joy. And this is what Spirit is saying. You need to open yourself up to this. Open yourself up to receive peace, love, harmony, and joy. And know that, guess what? It doesn't mean that you're going to have a corny partner. Guess what? It doesn't mean that you're going to be with a lame. It doesn't mean that you're going to be bored. It doesn't mean, because again, I feel like growing up, you saw this stuff, and probably as a child, it felt, because you're very empathic. You're very sensitive, Pal One. So as a child, you probably felt like, oh my God, what's happening? Like, it's chaos. Oh, it's just, this is a lot. This is a lot for me to take in. And you built that tolerance to it because you probably saw it all the time. And so when you became an adult, again, this is what you felt like. This is what it is. This is what adults do. If adults are not arguing and doing things like that, they're bored, watching TV all the time. They don't have anything to talk about. These are the things that you have to reprogram. It's not true. It's not true. You got to break that stuff down, and you have to tell yourself, we can have passion, we can have intensity, we can have conscious awareness and love and all of those things and peace and harmony without that low vibrational drama. Because a lot of that stuff is low vibrational and it brings your vibration down and it's attached to a lot of foolishness that doesn't serve you. You are commitment material. And for some of you, you will be getting a commitment or your, situation with your person, or some commitment is coming through, or the relationship will be taken to the next level for some of you, okay? But this is, again, about you loving yourself more and more each day. Because when you love yourself more, you know that you're not taking certain things because you don't deserve that. And like, I'm not dealing with that because I don't have to. If you can't do this and that, someone else will. And that's how you have to carry it. It really is, because you don't need to settle. You may have saw adults settling growing up, settling because of security or money or whatever. You don't have to settle. And these are things that you need to break down. Some of you may be feeling like you're in an in-between stage right now. You may be releasing you're releasing a lot of those old patterns. You may be releasing people from your old life, or releasing people from your life that no longer serve you. And Spirit is saying this is okay right now. Embrace the in-between. But the gap is getting ready to close for some of you. Something is getting ready to happen where things are just going to connect, and you're going to realize the things that you've been going through recently, it's all going to make sense. You're very empathic. You need to honor your level of empathy. You need to honor your level of sensitivity. You need to honor the fact that getting in those arguments like that, they don't serve you. It brings your vibration down. Your sensitivity, everything is knocked out of balance, because you can feel the energy of the world. You can feel what people are going through miles and miles away. You feel everything. So engaging in those low vibrational situations really lowers your vibration and really puts you in a state of chaos and fear and insecurity. And these are things that you're going to be letting go. Golden Palace, some type of abundant situation is getting ready to happen for many of you. It's some type of surprise or something getting ready to open up, something getting ready to unlock, okay? It's a big transformation that's getting ready to happen. Some of you may be going into a new cycle. You're getting ready to connect with more like-minded individuals. You're getting ready to connect with people that understand you on a deeper level. You are getting ready to see, once you start letting go of these beliefs, you're getting ready to see that you're going to attract some higher vibrational people in your life. You're going to attract some people that have more going on outside of drama and foolishness. And you're getting ready to see that these people do exist and they are fun. They're not lame. They're not corny. They're not boring. Okay? Also, this is a time to nurture yourself. Be very gentle with yourself through this process. Nurture your inner child. Go back during meditation, visualization, dreaming, whatever. Tell your inner child you're safe. Tell your inner child it's okay. Tell your inner child, seeing your parents arguing, you didn't like that. Honor the sensitivity within. Honor that empathy. Go and hold your inner child. Hold your inner child and tell your inner child you're safe. Just because they're arguing and they're fighting and they're doing those things, that's not you. That's not who you are. That's not what you represent. Okay, that's just something that you had to deal with in childhood because you didn't have any other choice. But tell your inner child, nurture your inner child. Write your inner child a letter. Like, I'm right here with you and I love you. And I'm going to help you. And I'm right here. I'm going to care for you. I'm going to give you that nurturing love that you didn't receive. Things like that. And that's how you love yourself more and more each day. And that's how you release those things and release those limiting beliefs around, oh, everyone cheats. No one can be trusted. All those type of things, okay? Because it's really holding you back from moving to the next level. So if no one told you that they love you today, Pile 1, I love you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm sending you so much love. I know this was not an easy reading, but I really hope that this is going to help you move forward and help you to really get into peaceful, harmonious, healthy connections. Please like the video. Please share the video. Subscribe. Join the Capital LOVE tribe. Comment below. Let me know how this resonated. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Welcome back to the Capital LOVE Tribe. Thank you all so much for all of your love and support. I hope you are well, Pal 2. So before we get into this reading, I just want to say that this may be a very triggering reading, and I'm sending you so much love because I know these messages are not always easy to hear, but these messages are given with love, and I'm trying to channel messages for you so you can know what you need to heal within yourself, so you can have healthy, conscious connections and relationships, okay? And so you can have better situations in your romantic life, okay? So I just want to say that before we really get into this reading, because pile 1 was intense, so I feel like probably each pile will be intense today. All right, so pile 2, surrender. I can release my need to control. So there's a control energy here. You may use control to, this is rooted out of not feeling safe, okay? I just want to say that. For many of you, you use your way of controlling because you don't feel safe. You don't feel safe. You may not feel safe within yourself, or you don't always feel safe with the other person or safe in relationships. So you use control as a way to control yourself, what this person is going to do, so you can control the outcome. You can have complete control over everything that happens. So you can know, again, you can control how it's going to go. You can control all outcomes. You can control all situations, so you could feel safe, so you could feel good, so you could feel like, again, if I'm controlling this, I know how this is going to end up. There's no room for error. There's no room for unpredictability. And, we really cannot maneuver through life like that. This energy is being forced for all of us to release our need to control and release the control factor to the higher power, whatever you resonate with, okay? Because we are being guided and led to a place of unknown, the mystery. And so, this is a message that there's control issues here, control issues within a relationship. And this, again, I'm feeling very strongly for many of you, this is going to go back to childhood, because this red here, that's that root chakra. Maybe in childhood, you did not feel safe. You didn't feel safe with adults. You may have grown up with emotionally unavailable parents or adults in the house, or one parent. We're going to get more into it. So let's just get going here. It's a lot here, but you're being asked to surrender control. You need to control in relationships. You need to control every single part, how it's all going to go. You're being asked to trust and have faith. Trust that you can let go of control and things will work out even better than what you can even imagine. Because when we let go of control and we let go of the need to plan and plot and like, this is how this is going to go and this is how that's going to go, the universe surprises us, and it ends up being even better than what we could even conceive, okay? Because you're releasing your control, and you're trusting in the higher power, and you're trusting that things are happening for the highest good of you and everyone involved. And, when you trust, things will happen better than you realize. And you will have that divine guidance and divine love and divine protection. Okay, because sometimes things don't last, and it's for a reason, but you have to trust that process. All right, pile 2 here. Let's get some messages. What are some of the wounds that pile 2 is holding from relationships, the emotional baggage, the fears? Pile 2, please, Spirit. Okay, the Magician in reverse. The High Priestess. Nine of Swords in reverse. Nine of Wands in reverse. So there's 2 9s here. 9, 9. Some of you may be coming to the end of a cycle. You may be learning something new about yourself, unlocking a new part of yourself. 6 of Wands in reverse. And the Hermit in reverse. That's another 9. So that's 999, okay? Google that when this is over to get another message. Okay, then we have Page of Cups. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, pile 2. Let's get into it. Okay, pile 2. So, some of the things you're holding on to. Your wounds. Okay, again, the Magician in reverse. That's talking about that control factor. And I want to say, I don't want you to feel like you're like this like mastermind or like it's like super manipulative. This is really rooted in fear. Fear and like not feeling safe. Oh, excuse me. I take a sip of my tea. A lot of your control issues, like I said, probably stem from childhood. You likely did not feel safe in childhood. You didn't feel safe with the people around you. You didn't feel accepted. You may not have even felt loved. And again, I'm sending you so much love because I know that that's not easy to hear. And I'm hearing you were loved, but it was just not, it wasn't loved in the way you needed it, okay? It wasn't, they weren't sensitive to your needs. You're very sensitive. You're very empathic. You're very intuitive. You are highly spiritual. You're very divine. I don't know if you know that about yourself, but you are. You have the High Priestess out. You are extremely intuitive, and you've been intuitive since childhood. And you feel a lot of different energies. And again, you're very empathic and sensitive. I feel like for many of you, you cut part of those things off of yourself or out of yourself, or you tried to avoid those things because we have this hopeless romantic energy here. And that's really who you are. You are really a hopeless romantic. You love love. You love to love. But I do feel like you've gone through situations where you cut that part out of yourself because you didn't feel safe, or you were afraid to love again, you were fearful to love again, you were fearful of being accepted. Maybe you weren't really accepting yourself and accepting that part of yourself that you love to be in love. You love healthy, loving relationships. You may have gone through situations where you did not have, or when you extended yourself out and put yourself out there to love, you were really hurt and went through a lot of pain and anxiety in the process. And so you kind of cut those parts off of yourself. I feel like for many of you, parts of yourself, excuse me, parts of yourself, it's like this, like these particles, right? These are like little particles of you. And so you disconnected from a lot of that because of the pain and the sorrow and the issues that you went through with different relationships. And it was almost like those parts of you went dormant. They weren't alive. And I feel like those parts are waking back up because the Hermit is coming out. It's in reverse, so it's coming out. It's no longer going to be dead. And it's about you releasing more of that control and finding more of those parts again of you. Finding the parts that loves to love. Finding the parts that loves romance. Finding the parts of yourself that, it's almost like it's a very child energy, but it's not immature. When I say child, I don't want you to feel, when I say child, I mean like innocent and pure. I don't mean like immature and like childish. I don't mean that. I mean like that purity, that innocence, that joy. That's the energy that I feel, okay? And I feel like, again, because you've been unsuccessful in relationships, you shut those parts down because those parts were afraid to come back out, afraid of being hurt again, afraid of going through situations where you're just going to end up heartbroken, okay? Because I do feel for many of you, you've dealt with your fair share of heartbreak. And that was not only challenging, and again, this heartbreak I feel for many of you started in childhood. There may have been parental rejection here, parental abandonment. Again, I feel very strongly this started in childhood. And so not only do you control situations and relationships to feel safe and to to feel safe, but you control your emotions. You have a lot of emotions. You are very emotional, very sensitive, very empathic. You may have even seen these things as weakness. People may have made you feel like it is a weakness. It's a weakness to feel things. It's a weakness to be sensitive. It's a weakness to have those type of emotions, and it's not true. And so you're holding on to that. You're holding on to what people have said, how people have reacted. You know, maybe you were made fun of. You may have been bullied for having these type of emotions, for loving so hard and things like that. Even in your relationships, you know, the people who you were with may have felt like, you know, like if you want to like love bomb them, right? They may have been like, okay, it's like too much. You're just doing too much. And that's like that, you know, that emotional unavailability. You may have been attracting partners who were emotionally unavailable. And, you know, that may have been what you were attracting because, again, you saw that in childhood. You know, you may have had a parent or both parents or the adults in the household. They were emotionally unavailable. They didn't know how to, they shut those emotions down. Because I do feel like for you, Pal, too, there's been like this thing of like either you're way open with your emotions, or you go dark and you just completely shut it all down, and then you're emotionally unavailable. You're not diving into emotions. You're having surface level situations with people, surface level dating, surface level, probably like a lot of sex and physical, but not really getting to know them. And you may feel afraid to get to know people. Like, when you start to get to know them, if you start to catch some type of feelings, it's like, okay, shut it back down, move on to the next person. Don't want to deal with that. Don't want to get too deep. Let me find somebody new. This is just getting a little too much for me. Every time I find a new person, I don't really know too much. Let's just keep it there. And that's, again, that control, not allowing yourself to go deeper. Now, this is not to say that everyone that you need to be, you know, date and all of that. This is not to say everyone deserves for you to dive deep with them or deserves that level of emotion from you. But when you do block those things off, you're blocking off the opportunity to find someone, to connect with someone on a deeper level, to connect with someone that will understand your emotional needs, that will be sensitive to who you are and love you for you. But you have to love and accept this about yourself first. You have to be honest with yourself. Yes, you are a hopeless romantic. Yes, you are sensitive. Yes, you love hard. You're emotional. You're very empathic. You know, you are very in tune to your partners. When you are in a relationship, you're very in tune to their emotions. You're in tune to your emotions. You got to be in tune to your emotions first. What is it you need? What is it you want? What is it that you need from a partner? What is it you need from yourself? You know, being honest with yourself about these things. I just saw 44. Someone needed to hear that. Being honest with yourself, that stability, that groundedness, that balance, and not shutting those parts of yourself off. No more shutting those things off. That's control. Again, that's you controlling. You controlling your emotions. You controlling how you feel. You controlling what, you know, what's going to happen next. And again, that's rooted out of fear and wanting to feel safe. You feel like if you don't feel much of anything, you won't get hurt. You feel like if you keep emotions and feelings on lockdown, no one can hurt you. No one can, you know, you won't allow anyone to have that type of energy from you. But not only are you blocking others, you're blocking yourself. You're blocking yourself from harmony, from love, from peace, because you really do, deep down, you really do want to be loved, and you really do want to be in a healthy relationship. Although you may have told yourself, oh, I'll never be with someone again, I'll never get married, or I'll never do this. You know, you may be telling yourself those things, but deep down, that's not what you want. You love love. You love love. Like Pal too loves love. It's really beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful because I feel your energy and I feel like you love love so much, but you're afraid to dive into that because you don't want to be hurt. Because I do feel, to be fair, I do definitely feel you've been through a lot. I definitely feel that. You've been through a lot, and this goes back to childhood. It started, your first heartbreak may have been in childhood. You know, your parents or parent or the adults in the home may have broke your heart. You know, so those, it started then. And again, you may have been bullied. It started then. Okay, let me shut down this part of myself. No one will accept this part of me. Let me shut it down because I want to be accepted. You know, now it's time to bring those particles back. Let's bring those pieces of the puzzle back to you, back to your soul, because this is who you are. You love love. You love to be in love. You love to connect with people in a loving way. You know, you, regardless if you're in a relationship, you love to connect with people in a loving way. And it's about being honest with yourself and bringing that back to you. Okay? Let me get a sip of this. Okay. All right, let's keep going, pal 2. Let's dive deeper. What else you need to know? Okay. Secrets exposed. You need sound advice. Fuck these synchronicities, these number synchronicities. It's funny because you guys had them in this group. They don't leave you alone. Okay. All right, what's the tea, bitch? And I just saw 11. Wow. These number synchronicities are not leaving y'all alone. All right, do you remember memories, past lives, karmic, soulmates, reminiscing? This came out in reverse. Okay, but this is beach. Sorry about that. But it came up in reverse. So drowning, emotions, unexplored, unpredictable. Trapped, imprisonment, caught, blockages, cornered, stuck. That's really powerful here. Okay, this came out in reverse again, but this is health. Okay, but sickness, health conditions, disease, mental illness. Wow, okay. This is intense. All right, Pal is this? Pal 2? Pal 2, okay. You know, I'm sending you so much love, Pal 2, because I really feel like, again, you know, you've been really ostracized, and, you know, you've been really made to feel like you are the problem, something's wrong with you, something is not right with you, you have issues, you have all these issues that a lot of people don't have. You may have even felt like a weirdo, and you're not a weirdo. Let me just say this right now. You're not a weirdo, you're not strange, you're not unlovable, you're not, you know, you're not all of those things that you may have told yourself or you may have been told. You're not. You're sensitive, you're highly empathic, and you're very lovable, and you love to love. People on earth is just, and I don't want to go too far off, earth is just such a dense place. We come here to learn. It's a dense energy. It's heavier. It's not light. It's getting lighter, but it's just a heavier energy on earth where it's harder to feel that love. It's harder to feel certain, like those higher vibrations because of the density here on earth. So, and I just saw 1010. Wow. This is just like, this group. Woo. First of all, you need to look up 99, 44, 1010. If I remember these, I'm going to have to put this in the description box so you guys don't forget. But anyway, you are not all of those things, okay? And you may have developed mental illness around that. You know, you may have developed, because so many things are in your subconscious, so many self-deprecating thoughts, so many low thoughts of unworthiness, so many low thoughts of, because I do feel this energy of very up and then very down. And when it goes down, it gets very dark for you. You know, it gets extremely dark because you are the type of person you need to feel love at all times. You want to give love and you need to feel love. You know, your love language may be physical touch. You may love to be touched all the time. Like, that makes you feel very loved. You know, things like that. And I feel like if you don't have those things, things could get really low and really dark for you. Okay? And so this is about, because for some of you, you're dealing with some type of illnesses or sicknesses or pain in your body. This is being called to your attention because of that, the subconscious fears, the need to control, those things that you shut off within yourself that are lost, that haven't been found yet, you haven't reconnected to those parts of your body because you shut them down. Many of you, again, you shut this stuff down in childhood. You know, a lot of the stuff you shut down in childhood because you felt so much, and you may have grown up in a very chaotic environment, and you know, you may have felt in order to survive, you had to shut those things down because the circumstances in which you grew up in, you just really could not be in touch with those type of energies because it was almost like a weakness or dangerous, or like you really couldn't be in touch with that because you had to survive. You had to make it. You know, and this is about being honest and reconnecting with those parts of yourself again. And when you reconnect, it's like a beautiful reunion, right? It's like a beautiful coming together, but it's a coming together of like, hey, you are loved, you are worthy. What you feel is beautiful. What you feel is great. What you feel, like, honor your feelings, honor your sensitivity, honor how empathic you are, honor how you love to love, honor how you love to be loved, honor how, you know, you love romance. You know, you may even love like romantic movies. Honor those things about yourself. Okay? Don't shut them down. Honor them. All right, secrets exposed. So some types of secrets are coming out. Okay. It could be about mental illness, you know, you being honest with yourself about that. And I don't want you to like carry that whole, oh, I'm mentally ill. Don't carry that because it's limiting. Okay, it's limiting. Just because you're way up and then you go down, it doesn't mean you cannot heal yourself and get balanced and move on. Okay, I don't want you to start feeling like, oh, I'm bipolar. Oh, that's limiting yourself. No. Okay, do not start that. Do you deal with depression? Yeah. But does depression own you? No. So don't start owning those societal labels, because this is just what society uses to label people because they don't understand. This is the box they want to put you in because they don't really understand you. A lot of people won't understand your sensitivity. It's a lot of people that won't get it. And you got to be okay with that. Okay, that's something that you're going to have to learn to accept, that your sensitivity is probably not for public consumption and acceptance. Doesn't mean you can't honor it. Doesn't mean you can't be honest about it. Doesn't mean, you know, all of those things. But a lot of people probably won't understand. Will you find people that understand? Absolutely. Once you start opening yourself up to it and loving that part of you and accepting it, you will align with people who understand. But a lot of people, it's going to take some more time for that. You know, the vibration is changing on Earth. People are getting more in tune, but this is just something that a lot of people won't understand. And I'm just being honest, okay? But some secrets are coming out. But trust that you're protected and trust that things are going to happen for your highest good, okay? Phone a friend. You need sound advice. So for some of you, you know, you may need to talk to a therapist. You may need to talk to a friend that you could trust. A sibling or something like that, or a friend, you know, someone that you could trust is someone that will hold space for you, okay? Someone that you feel like you could feel safe with, because that's what it is for you. You have to feel safe. You will release this control when you feel safe. When you feel safe with yourself, when you're holding space for yourself and allowing yourself to express those emotions and cry if you need to and let it all out, but also when you do that with yourself, then you can connect with someone who you can feel safe with. And it's not easy to do. So you have to be discerning about, hey, who can I feel safe with to express these things that I feel like even if you don't understand all of it, you can understand some of it and be at least empathetic and understanding about it, even if you don't totally get it. Because your thing is you need to feel safe because you have not felt safe. And again, this goes back to childhood. This is where a lot of this started. So with you not feeling safe, you know, this is focusing. You see here, the young man here, he feels like he's trapped. He feels like he's trapped in a box. And you see the woman is sitting on a box. You may have felt imprisoned in some of your relationships because you could not be who you really are. You couldn't be honest about who you are. You didn't feel safe. You didn't feel safe to open up. You didn't feel like, you could really, again, be honest about what it is that you want to honest about yourself. Okay, because we see here on the other side, it says freedom. Freedom, escape, answers, sudden realizations. Okay, so when you come out of that box, you're free. You're no longer in prison. You're able to have answers. You're able to maybe get some sound advice to come out the box. Even like if you're talking to someone that you trust, that's going to feel freeing. That's going to feel a level of freedom that you haven't felt. So you open yourself up to that. So we have here this drowning. Like I said, many of you, it's just this energy of drowning in emotions. And probably, again, that's where you felt like you were mentally having mental illness or like low in depression and things like that. Because this is what I was saying. When it's up, it's up. When it's down, it's down. And it probably, when it goes down, it gets pretty dark for you. And so this is about the number of synchronicities are pointing out those things to you and like letting you know, like, hey, this is bringing this to your attention, letting you know about this, letting you know about that, letting you know, like, these are parts of those particles again, right? Let me bring that picture back. This is really just so powerful and telling. Those particles are coming back to you. So trust the number syncs. I just saw 2121. Trust the number syncs here. These number syncs are not leaving you alone for a reason. This is about awakening your parts, those particles coming back to your soul, you unlocking a new level of freedom for yourself, and you coming out of that box, that trap that you've been in, and releasing that anxiety, because I do feel like there's a lot of anxiety around this. Okay, do you remember? So there's some memories that are coming back. It could be like repressed memories, could be memories from childhood, old relationships, could be past life things coming back that you're feeling, reminiscing, maybe some nostalgia going on. It's stuff coming up and it's saying, what's the tea? This is stuff you need to know. This is like that, what is it? Michael Jackson, Remember the Time, right? Okay, this is stuff you need to know. And these are directly connected with the number syncs. And again, I feel like this is, again, you unlocking that level of freedom, unlocking your soul, freeing yourself, but stuff you need to know about yourself so you can heal that. And then know how deeply you do love. But you have to find that love for yourself as well. As much as you want to love others, you have to love yourself. You have to have a deeper love than anything for yourself first. That love has to run deep for you. And this is about loving and accepting and honoring those parts of yourself. And not calling yourself a lame, not calling yourself cheesy, not calling yourself corny, not calling yourself all those things that you may have heard. Not believing those things anymore. It's not true. We're not all the same. And guess what? When you start embracing that and loving that about yourself, you're going to glow. You're going to light up. People are going to be like, oh, you're different. People are going to notice this because you're going to be beaming of love. Okay? You're going to be beaming of love. You're going to be showing that love. And then people are going to be like, well, what's the secret to you? They're going to be like, what's the sauce you have that I want? Because we all come from love. That's the thing. But like I said, when we come here to earth, it's just so dense and so harsh because, we have to learn these lessons. We have to go through these things. And so, when that happens, a lot of us shut those parts down because we don't feel accepted. But we're moving into a new way of being. It's a new earth now. The vibration is changing. So those sensitivities are going to be more accepted by others. But the point is that no one needs to accept this but you. Once you accept it, others will follow suit. And even if they don't, they will respect you because you love and respect yourself. So they will respect. Let's dive deeper. Let's get some more messages here. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Dwell on what you love. You will be surprised. Don't be misled. Okay. So, you know what, it's Pal 2, right? Pal 2, I really do feel like there's a lot of stories that you've been telling yourself. It's so much in your subconscious that you have been telling yourself. And again, I feel like this started from childhood. You know, other people told you these things and, you know, you believed it. And these things are constantly circling in your mind. And there's so many self-limiting beliefs here that I feel. And it's different for all of you, but this is why there's this need to control. Because of the self-limiting beliefs, the fear, the chaos that you're still feeling, you know, again, not feeling safe. Ask yourself, I really want you to journal this if you can. If you have a journal, or you could just write this down on a sheet of paper and then read it aloud after you write it. You know, ask yourself this. What does safety mean to you? What does it mean to feel safe? What does that mean? What does that look like? What does it look like when you feel safe? What does that mean? You know, if you were to think about feeling safe, what would that look like to you? Because again, I feel like you've probably have never felt safe. And it doesn't matter how old you are, you probably have never really felt safe. Maybe you have, and it was a fleeting moment, but for many of you, I feel like you probably never felt safe. So what does safety mean to you? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Really write that down and let your hand just go. Just write. Don't think, just write. And then when you're done, read it and see what comes out. You know, that will be really healing for you if you could do that. But change, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So when you want things to change, movement has to happen. You have to take that action, that inspired, aligned action when you're told to do so. And that's, again, is releasing the need to control. Releasing the need to control the outcome, releasing the need to control every step of the way. Our intuition always tells us what to do. And you're highly intuitive, Pal 2. You are very intuitive. So you are very in touch with your intuition. You're probably more in touch than many people are. So you have to move to make change. If you want change, you have to create movement. It just doesn't work that way. But don't be misled. Don't be misled by your mind. When you're told to do something, don't tell yourself, no, that's not for me. No, that's not going to work. No this, no that, because you tell yourself a lot of stories that are not true. So don't let your subconscious fears and fear and all of that, don't let it mislead you. Discipline, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. You are very disciplined and you know how to tap into that discipline energy, that ambition, that drive. So, you know, whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish and you will be surprised. This is the message here. You will be surprised at how abundant and how amazing things will turn out. But again, it's about surrendering, letting go control. Surrendering the outcome, surrendering any expectations or any attachment to the outcome, letting it all go, letting the universe surprise you and supersede all of your wildest dreams. You can have things so thought out and methodical, but the universe will beat you at this game every time. So let go, surrender. Say, I let it go. I surrender to this. I have faith that everything is happening for my highest good and the highest good of all. And I trust you, you will be surprised. Humor. So it's time to bring some more humor into your life. Laughter and love, like that saying, live, laugh, love. You know, bring more of that energy in. Dwell on what you love. You know, I feel like you like to laugh. You know, everyone likes to laugh, right? When you do laugh, you enjoy it. Go back to that. Laugh more. Find some moments where you can laugh more, smile more. You know, you're opening back up, you're reconnecting with those parts those particles that are lost when you do things like that. When you're laughing, you're in a higher vibrational energy. You're in a higher energy. And so when you do that, you're bringing in the lighter side of life, but then also start dwelling on what you love. Maybe you need to make a list. What do you love? Of course, you love a lot, but what is it that you really love? What do you love about yourself? What is it that you love about life? What is it that you love about your life? Asking yourself these questions and writing it down and then reading it aloud. Because for some of you, I feel like when you write and you don't think, you're going to be surprised at what comes out. Because there's definitely an overthinking energy here, okay? Overthinking, overanalyzing. And so when you just write and just let it rip, let it all come out, see what comes out, see what happens, you will be very surprised. And you'll be surprised to see what comes out and what it is that you really do love. Okay, so let's get your oracles out now. Let's find out what else you need to know. Flying, 20, which reduces to number 2. Deep freeze, 26, reduces to number 8. And we have 39, protecting treasure. Wow, let's look at that. And then this reduces to number 12 or the number 3. Wow, look at that. That is very powerful here. Okay, let's get these. We have the royal you, 16. Which reduces to number 7. Body and soul, 5. 37, the oracle's gift. And then that reduces to the number 10, or the number 1. Look at another synchronicity. Some hot tea here, and then I have some tea, and my teacup says grateful. And then we were using the What's the Tea deck. I mean, these syncs just don't leave you alone. As I take time to nurture the ones I love, I pause, take a moment, and tune in to express what I need. I am never alone. God's love is with me every step of the way. Okay, so this has just been a powerful message. I'm sending you so much love because you're just a beautiful person, pal, too, whether you realize it or not. So I feel like many of you are coming out of this deep freeze. You're coming out of this place again, those parts of you that were dormant, those parts of you that felt dead, those parts that were disconnected and you never even remembered them. You didn't know they were still there. Things are coming. You're coming out of that. You're coming out of that deep freeze. You're reconnecting with who you really are, which you are royalty, the royal you. You are royalty. You are meant to be a person that's on a platform, that's helping others, that's showing others, that's loving others, because again, you have so much love. You love to love, and you have so much love to give, but more importantly, to receive as well. Because just as much as you give, you need to be open to receiving, okay? Flying, you're getting ready to be flying high. You're going to be healing. You're going to be healing your mind, body, and soul. Because guess what? When you start reconnecting with those parts of you, those pains that you've been feeling, the illnesses that you've been going through, it's going to start going away because your vibration is going up. It's going up. You're going to be flying high and you're going to be free. You're going to have freedom. This, to me, is freedom. You're going to come out of that box. You're going to come out of the prison. You're not going to be trapped anymore. You're going to be free. And you're going to be free to be unique and uniquely who you are. You are a unicorn. You are special. You are different. You are extraordinary. So you're going to be healing those parts of yourself and you're going to be free. Your vibration is going to be so much more higher. You're going to be like a new person. You're not even going to recognize who you are. And other people are going to be like, who is this person? They don't even know who you are. They're going to be like, who is Pal 2? This is like, I don't even know who Pal 2 is anymore. But you know what? Protect yourself. And you need to know that you're very protected and you are treasured. You are treasured. You are royalty. You are amazing. But protect yourself. Again, look, another sync. We see the royalty thing here. And then we see a crown. Look at that. You're royalty, Pal 2. You are royalty. And you are treasure. and you are protected, but you have to protect yourself. Look at that. The storm is coming down, but look, there's an umbrella here to protect. You have always been protected because you're not alone. And you have to go through these situations of being hurt, being betrayed, lied to, or used, or whatever. You had to go through that because guess what? Those people were teaching you how to love yourself and to accept yourself, and what you are no longer going to allow or accept because you don't need to, because you're royalty and you're going to love yourself and you're going to know your worth. The Oracle's gift. Look at this. I cannot make this up. You are a gift. You are a gift to the collective. You are a gift to others. But you have all of this love within you because you're meant to unlock it and to give it to others and to show others, but also receive it. But you are truly a gift. And you are limitless. Your powers are so unlimited. It's amazing. You're not alone. If you've been feeling alone, you are never alone. Okay? You are always loved. You are always guided, divinely protected. Many of you, I feel like you have been through so much. You don't even realize how protected you are. You are so protected and so treasured. Okay? And so valued, and you're never alone. But you have to nurture yourself. The love and nurturing that you didn't get in childhood, you didn't get through romantic relationships, you have to give this to yourself. Take some time, make a list. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need from yourself, and what do you need from a romantic partner? Okay, regardless if you're in a relationship or not, even if you are in one, what do you need from yourself? What do you need from a romantic partner? And really look at that and really okay, and you can continue to add to it, and once you have made a list or you are clear on what you need and what you need from someone else, then you can express this. When you're in a romantic situation, this is what I need. I need these things. This is what makes me feel safe. This is what makes me feel valued, loved. You're able to express it in that way without control, without trying to control how they love you, trying to control how they show up for you. Okay, you're releasing all of that, because you have that self-awareness and that love, that self-love and acceptance for you. So if no one told you that they love you today, I love you. I really hope this helps, pal, too. I'm sending you so much love. I know this was not an easy reading, but I am sending you so much love. I'm proud of you for showing up for yourself. You have a beautiful energy, beautiful spirit. Find those particles, reconnect with yourself, come back to who you really are, the essence and the true you. Okay, pal, too. Thank you all so much for being here. Please like the video, subscribe, join the capital LOVE tribe, share this video, comment below, let me know how this resonated. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hi, pal 3. Welcome to your reading. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. Welcome back to the capital LOVE tribe. Thank you all so much for all of your love and support. I hope you are well, pal 3. So we're getting ready to get into it, but before we get into it, I just want to say I'm sending you a lot of love right now. This reading may be triggering to you. It may, some things may come up that you're not really aware of. And so this is to give you that truth and that clarity so you can have healthy connections, healthy relationships, loving, pure love, and to help you move forward in your journey. So if things do feel triggering, I'm sending you a lot of love, and this message is being delivered with love. Okay. So I just want to say that before we really get going. So we have here guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So for me, and the messages that are coming through right now, there's some self-limiting beliefs here as we see beliefs around how a partner shows up, how a partner loves you. For some of you, I'm hearing you feel unlovable. You feel like people have made you feel like you are difficult to love. You are difficult to be in a relationship with. You are difficult to have a connection with, okay? I'm also getting that people may try to use situations to make you feel guilty, or you have been holding on to some guilt or shame around some connections, shame from childhood with certain things. Your soul is holding on to some things. You may be a type of person where you openly say, I hold on to grudges. I hold on to pain. I hold on to, like you hold things against people. You may be the type of person you keep score. If someone does something to you, you definitely keep it like, okay, I don't forget that. Or like you're that type of person. Yeah, I forgive you. I don't forget. And it's not to say that you have to be foolish and not allow people to continue to do things. But it's like when you say things like, I forgive, but I don't forget. Like you're still holding on. A part of you is still holding on to those things. So I'm getting this energy here that your soul and your subconscious mind and even your conscious mind is holding on to things that need to be released because you're not going to be able to grow. You're not going to be able to grow in romantic connections. You're not going to be able to grow as a person when you're still holding on to some of these things that need to be released and removed because it's not helping you. It no longer serves you. Okay, so let's go with the tarot. Spirit, please, pile 3. What's pile 3 holding on with? Relationship wounds, fears, emotional baggage. Messages for pile 3, please. Okay, we have 2 of Cups. We have Queen of Cups. We have Queen of Swords. We have the World. We have Judgment. And then we have 7 of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Tower at the bottom of the deck. Okay, pile 3. Okay. A lot of water energy here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. You don't have to be, but there is a lot of water energy. All right, let's get into a pile 3. Okay, pile 2. Pile 3, excuse me. So I do feel here that, you've had some beautiful connections. You've had a lot of connections that have taught you a lot about yourself. You have a lot of love to give. You love to, I feel like you love to be nurturing. You love to take care of people. You love to fall in love. You love the beginning stages of relationships. You love getting to know someone. You love, I feel that you are a person, you may be kind of like that person who's constantly in a new relationship. Well, not in a new relationship, but you don't have too much time when you're single. You either have been in a lot of long-term relationships or, after you get to know someone, you quickly move into a relationship with them. You are a type of commitment type person. You like being in a committed situation. And you feel like you get a lot of stability and security from your relationships. Okay? And that's something that's important to you. That's something that you value. That's something that you feel like that stability and that growth from. However, I do see here that, when things don't always go your way, let's say, for example, some of you have dealt with infidelity. Some of you have dealt with, you idealize your partners. For some of you, you put your partners on a pedestal. You kind of put them in a place where, I'm getting this. Some of you idealize your partners. You put them on a pedestal sometimes, or you have these unrealistic expectations of the relationship or how things are supposed to go. I am getting this energy, a stubborn energy sometimes, my way or the highway, or again, you expect for your partners to do this, you expect for them to do that. And when things don't really go your way, or you feel like the partner is not showing up in the way you want, because when you have expectations over someone and you expect for them to act a certain way, you expect for them to do certain things, people feel that energy, okay? People feel that energy, and you could push someone away. You could push someone away, or you push them into a place where they're not going to be able to live up with the type of expectations or the idealism that you've created. And I do feel that that has happened with you in your relationships, and it's created this energy of um, where, I mean, it could be hurtful to you because when you have like those expectations and attachment to outcomes, when things don't happen the way you want, you're upset. You know, this will happen to anyone. It's not just you, but it's just you get upset because it's it's not the way you planned and expected it to go. Okay, and so part of the wounds here, or part of the things that you need to realize, is you have to release all expectations and all attachment to outcomes. And you have to let people be who they are and show you who they are. You will attract what you are. You know, you will attract whatever vibration you are at. If you're opening yourself up to certain vibrational energies, you're going to attract that. But when you get with someone, you can't put them on a pedestal. You can't expect for them to do this, expect for them, like for some of you, you may expect a partner to provide stability and security for you. And that's something that you cannot expect for a person to give you. You have to give that within yourself. You have to be stable and secure. Now, this could be as far as like material and like money, or this could be emotional security. It doesn't just have to mean money. You may be very successful monetarily, you may do very well, but you may be expecting for someone to provide that emotional security for you. And if you're expecting that, that person will let you down every time. You have to be emotionally secure within yourself. You have to give yourself that type of energy in order to be able to receive it from someone else, because you have to be whole, you have to be full, you have to be 100%. And then what this other person is giving is a bonus. They're complimenting you, they're adding to you, but you're already whole. You know, it's just like another whole person coming in, and now it's like, boom, look at what we're able to do and look at what we're able to create. But if you're at this deficit where you don't feel whole and you're looking for someone to provide things that you don't feel like you have, then that's where the problem is going to come in. And that's where it's like, it's going to be expectations that are not met, and it's going to feel upsetting, and it's going to feel hurtful. And that's where the guilt comes in. That's where the shame comes in. And it could also be some blame here as well. For some of you, I do feel, again, you know, and there's nothing wrong with loving to be in a relationship. I don't want you to feel like there's something wrong with you because you love being in a relationship. That's not it at all. But I want you to understand, another person does not complete you. Another person does not make you feel fulfilled and completed. You have to have that within you. You have to know that you are enough. You are more than enough. You have to feel like you love yourself. You have a lot of self-love for you, because I do see here you love to love and you love to give love, but are you giving that love to yourself? Are you really loving yourself and making yourself feel secure? Now, if you're looking for someone to give you that material world and that physical security, again, you're going to have to find that security within yourself. Now, again, if you get with someone and they happen to be, you know, they have more money than you and all of that, then again, that's the compliment, okay? That's, you know, that's just the partnership of it. But you have to have that physical security within yourself where you're able to, you know, provide for yourself. You're able to give yourself stability without searching for someone else to give that to you. And I do feel that for some of you, that's been part of the issue, where you're searching for a relationship or a partner to provide things that you have to give yourself, okay? And so I do see here for some of you, and we're going to dive deeper, we're going to get some more cards out, but for some of you, you do have a way of, when your partner does not meet your expectations, you can make your partner feel guilty. You can blame your partner. You can make them feel like, well, if they did this, then things would have gone a different way. And you can guilt trip them or make them feel like they're not doing their part. You're doing more than your part. And why are they not doing their part? So again, it's about looking at yourself and looking at when you get with a partner, why are you getting with them? Are you getting with them because, again, you need them to fulfill what you feel like you don't have? Or are you looking for this person to complement you and complement and bring some, not what you don't have because you are already whole, but bring in other aspects and bring in other situations and fun and, a way to learn more and grow and things like that, caring and consciousness and like a flow, and it's an equal exchange of love, because for some of you, again, I feel like you're very loving. And so you may attract emotionally unavailable people who, have a hard time loving you the way you love them because they're not emotionally available. They don't love themselves. Their emotions are not even available to them. So they're not going to be available to you. And you may, have resentful feelings around that. Again, like that idealism and that like putting this person on a pedestal and like, oh, this person, yeah, they may not love me exactly the way I need to be loved, but they love me this way and that's good enough. Think about also like what you allow and what you accept from your partners. Do you allow your partners to give you bare minimum and you're giving a lot? Or do you look at things as an equal situation? It needs to be 50-50. We need to both be giving this amount. We need to both be doing this. Really diving into that as well and really understanding the flow of relationships and how it should work. And being able to express your needs as well, because I do feel for some of you, you express your needs in a different, like it could be almost seen as a way to, again, guilt a person. Like, you can kind of tell people, like, this is what you need and you need it like this. And it's like in a way of like, you're trying to guilt this person into loving you the way that you need to be loved. Or not loving you in the way you need to be loved. But it's like loving you in this way when you know that this person probably does not know how to do that. Doesn't know how to love you in that way because they're not loving themselves in that way. So again, it's about when you have these expectations of you expect for this person to do this and you expect for this person to do that, you have to ask yourself, why do you have these expectations and why do you have these attachments? Is it because you don't have this within yourself, or is it because you don't feel whole, you don't feel complete? Because again, this person is supposed to complement. They're not supposed to fill voids. They're supposed to complement you and complement what is already there. You already being whole and 100%. All right, let's get some more cards out. It should be more cards. Okay, hold on, y'all. I gotta pull a couple more cards for y'all because it should be more. Okay, we have high vibes only. Pregnancy. I'm going to pull a couple more. Hot sauce, attractive, feisty, on a roll, temperature, climate, debates. Okay, revenge, newness, revenge body, luxury, reaching goals, sudden success. Just friends, is complicated, platonic. Sorry, y'all. Just friends is complicated, platonic, perspective, chance. And then we have unavailable, busy, absent, taken, hard to reach. Okay, let me get a couple more cards out. Hold on, y'all. Okay, a couple more cards for pile 3. Okay, so we have secret love child. Oh, 2 more came out. Okay. Oops. Single and ready to mingle. Okay, and then karmic partner. Let's put that over here. Okay, so all right, pile 3. So this is interesting. Okay, so for some of you, again, there's this energy here that, I don't know, it's like, it's an energy here that you go back and forth from being high vibes only, and then you go to low vibrational energy of wanting to debate, you may cut with your words. You may use your words as a weapon sometime. I just saw 111. Someone needed to hear that. You may, again, when this person or people who you're in a relationship with, if they don't meet your expectations, then it's like you get feisty, you may start picking arguments, you may do things to show that you're not happy. Like, it's almost like you don't really want to come out and be direct and like be clear about what it is that's making you unhappy, or what it is that you feel like you need from the person at the time. But you'll do things like you'll say shady comments, and you'll try to pick an argument. You want to go into a debate. And for some of you, you're doing this out of a way to get attention. You may be upset at the person, and you want to pull them into an argument again for attention, or to help them to make you feel validated, help them to make you feel again complete and whole. And this is again you going back to, you have to know you have to be complete and whole on your own. This person cannot make you feel like that. If you try to keep doing that, things will always be at a deficit. They won't work. Okay, so for some of you, you may have had a baby with someone, and now I don't know, things may have been hurtful in the situation. They didn't go the way that you thought it would go. This person wasn't there for you while you were pregnant, or they disappeared, or they did not show up for you the way that you thought that they would. Again, it's like that idealism, that putting this person on a pedestal, not recognizing the red flags, not recognizing how this person is showing up or how they act in other situations. For some of you, this person could have had a past, like a past lover, or like they could have already had a child or children, because we do have secret love child here. So they could have had a child or children with someone else, and you didn't pay attention to how they were, with their former partner. They could have told you things, and then you believe them, and the former partner, the baby mom, baby father was like, look, this is how this person acts. You didn't pay attention to those red flags, and now you may be broken up with this person, and now you're coming into a new level of success, but this is rooted in revenge. And so I just want to tell you that never seek revenge. Okay, this is, again, don't use that as a way to like fuel your success. Some people will say, yeah, like they get hyped up off of, like, they get that energy when someone tells them that they can't do something, that fuels them to do it. You should want to do it because you want to do it, not because someone says you couldn't do it, not because you want to prove people wrong. That should not be your motivation for success. You should be motivated for success because this is what you want, and you are digging within your own level of ambition and drive to make things successful for you, not because of like getting some type of recognition or some type of like recognition or some type of success or whatever. It should not be rooted from what other people will say or their level of acceptance for you. Again, this is about you being complete and whole just for you. Do things for you. Do things because you want to do it, not because of what someone else said, or you need to prove something or anything like that. Do it for you. Now, for some of you, you may be with someone that has a secret love child. They may be lying about it, or this person could be a friend that you could be in a situationship with this person. It could, again, like this says, it's complicated. This person could be kind of putting you in a friend zone, but you don't really understand what's going on there. And it could be because they have a secret love child, and there's just been some type of, drama with another person that they're with, that they could be with a karmic partner. This is not for everyone, but for some of you, they could have a karmic partner that they got pregnant and you didn't know about it, or they're not telling you about it. And Again, this is why I'm saying take people off a pedestal, because if you have this person on a pedestal, they're going to disappoint you every time, because we're all human. We're all not going to do things according to what everyone thinks. We're going to do it according to the plan. Okay, of course we have free will, but if you are putting someone on a pedestal, take them off. That's not healthy. It's not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for them, and it's not fair. Okay, because we all have our own journey. We all have our own way of living, things that we have to go through, things that we have to do. So if this person is kind of putting you in a friend zone, or not really being clear with you as to what's going on, and they're kind of being a little cold, let it ride. Okay, let it ride. Like I'm gonna look at this message real quick. Look, it says here, this is focusing. It says here, sorry, I don't know why this is not focusing right now. But anyway, let me just read it. It says here, hey, handsome. And then the person is saying hi. And then the other person is saying, want to hang out. And then the other person is saying, I think it'd be better if we stayed friends. So this is about, again, like, pay attention to what this person is showing you. Pay attention to what people show you. Okay? Although you have a lot of love to give, and you may, again, are you looking for someone to fulfill you or compliment you? When you fill yourself up, you love yourself completely. You give yourself that emotional security, the physical security. You don't need anyone to give you that. Now, this is not to say you don't want someone. You do, but that's a compliment. It's not out of need, okay? It's not because I need you to do this and I need you to do that. It's a compliment, and what you're coming with is beautiful and great, and it's a bonus, and you're going to attract that energy. So single and ready to mingle. Some of you are single and ready to mingle. It's time for some of you to get out there to date. I'm hearing for some of you, this is the time. If you've been waiting, you've been kind of thinking about you want to date, or it's a situation you may be leaving behind. You may have just come out of a relationship, or whatever the situation is. It's time for you to date. It's time for you to find some different things to do, find some new people to meet, get out there and have some fun, let go of controlling situations, let go of putting people on a pedestal, work on your self-love, and meet some new people. And for some of you, again, you've been attracting people who are either in relationships or emotionally unavailable, or just not able to give you exactly what you need. But you have to find that within you first. But these are things that you're leaving behind. People who don't have the time, they're not showing up, they're busy all the time. They're emotionally unavailable. They don't give you exactly what you deserve, what you need, because you want to be in that high vibes only. And that high vibes only all the time. Not just sometime. You want to be in that high vibes only all the time. And like I said, for some of you, you've been waiting to hear, should you date? Yes, you should date. If you've been questioning, start going out there, start getting out there, meet some new people, because, you enjoy being in relationships and dating. So enjoy it. Don't just close yourself off and keep yourself for this one person that's really not available to you, because you don't deserve that. Okay? Whether it's emotions or whatever, physically, you don't deserve that. Okay, let's go deeper. So we have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. You guys had an extra card too. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Okay. Things are not as they appear. Not two flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. Keep it simple. Okay, so how 3. So we see judgment here has come up twice. Okay, so there's a level you may judge your partners. Again, it's like that expectation energy again. It's kind of like, okay, you expect, you don't say these things, but the energy is felt. I just saw 1111. The energy is felt. You hold on to a lot of judgment. You judge people or your partners if they don't show up the way you expect, if they don't do what you expect. There's judgment there. And even though you may not verbally express this, that energy is there and the people feel that. And when that energy is there, you push people away. It's a resistance. And again, you're going to be disappointed. So you're being asked to bring a state of perfect harmony into your world without judgment. Embrace love however it shows up. First, you have to love yourself full and completely. You are whole. But embrace love however it shows up. It may not be with that person you were with before, but don't judge a new person coming in that's trying to show you love. Don't get too hung up and caught up on it has to be that person. It has to be this way. It has to be, that's again, those expectations and attachments. Okay? And, you miss out on the beauty of life because we have here, I release the need to know all the answers. You release the need to know everything. Release the need to control everything. Release the need to know exactly what's going to happen next. That's rooted from control because you're fearful and you may have this whole plan in your head of how it needs to go. So remember, we all have a lot of different partners. We all have a lot of different situations because we have here, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So this is, again, not judging people for their own path, not judging people for their own situations that they have to go through. If you were dating someone that had a secret love child or got someone pregnant or, whatever the situation was, you can't judge them for that. Even though it's hurtful, even though it may have been painful, you can't judge them because they have to go through their own path of lessons and learning and all of that. And you don't know what exactly what's their soul plan. We all sign up for these lessons, but you can't control that. You don't know what it is. So do this without judgment. Do this without, judging this person for, because they may already be judging themselves. They may already be feeling like, oh my God, how did this happen? But, that's their own situation. That's their own circumstance. Okay. So do this without judgment and welcome in whatever is going to come in. And it's okay that you don't know what's going to happen next. It's okay that it's a mystery. It's okay that, you and this person may not be together right now and you may come back together, but you may not. But trust that things are going to happen for the highest good of you, this person, and for all. And let go of the outcome and let go of expectations. In decision, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. So I just saw 14:14. Some of you need to trust your intuition more and trust using your intuition again in all parts of your life. Not just one part here, not just one part there, but in all parts of your life. Things are not as they appear. So there are some things that you don't know that you see are going on, but you really don't know all of what's going on. It's some things happening beneath the surface that is not clear to you right now, and it's not supposed to be clear. But just know that when it's time for those things to be revealed, when it's time for those things to be clear, they will be revealed. It will be clear. And you could trust that. And you could trust that you release the need to know all the answers. You don't have to know everything right now, and that's okay. So again, everyone has their own uniqueness. Everyone has their own challenges. We have like double confirming messages here. So, just trust that and keep it simple. Don't overthink. Don't overanalyze. Don't judge. If you have been judging your partners and things like that, when you get into a new situation, release the need to judge, release the need to expect, release the need to be attached to outcomes, to put them on a pedestal. Because again, those energies are felt. And if you're putting a partner on a pedestal, they feel that. And they're going to feel like they can't live up to your expectations. They can't live up to this ideal image that you have of them in your mind. That's a lot of pressure. That person's going to feel that pressure, and it's going to push them away. I'm just going to be honest. It's going to do nothing but push them away and make them feel like, well, I can't do what they want me to do anyway, so let me just stay over here and let me be unavailable. Let me be busy. Let me stay over here because I can't deal with that. And you don't want that. You know, you want this person to be who they are. And again, that's you being 100% whole and them complementing what you already have. Okay? So let's get your oracles out. The power of purpose, 18. And that reduces to the number 9. Smoke and mirrors, 42. And that reduces to the number 6. A merry motive, 20, and that reduces to number 2. Spirit of place, number 4. Intention, 22, and that reduces to number 4. Wow, so that's 44 here, and 22. 21, field of dreams, and that reduces to number 3. We also have I seek truth, I speak truth, I live truth, I am truth. I am deeply rooted in a foundation of unconditional love. So let's start here. We see here that she's rooted in unconditional love, but we also see here, we see joy, hope, gratitude, love. These are your building blocks. These are your building blocks to feeling 100% whole and complete. What is it that lights you up? What is it that makes you feel joy? What is it that makes you feel happiness? If all of that is attached to another person, then that means you are not whole on your own. You have to find these things within you. You cannot continue to attach those feelings and emotions to other people. Okay? It starts with you. Think about what makes you feel joyful, what makes you feel hopeful, happy, loved, and in gratitude. Because again, those are your building blocks to unconditional love, loving yourself unconditionally and being 100% complete and whole and not depending on someone else to give you that. So we have your smoke and mirrors. So again, there's some things right now that you don't know, okay? And it's okay. It's not for you to know right now. Everything's not clear. There's an unknown mystery. I just saw 1111. Someone needed to hear that. There's an unknown mystery here that's not clear, but it will be clear when the time is right. Right now, this is not the time. Some of you may be stepping into an unknown territory. You may be stepping into something new. You may be starting something new. And so this is going to take you having that intention. You having clear intentions. What is it that you want stepping into a new chapter? What is it that you intend? Always have divine intention. Always have intention for the highest good of you and the highest good of all. Okay? And set your intentions. You may need to write that down. What is it that you intend? What do you want to see happen? And those things will grow and they will manifest, because right now, especially like with the eggs here, I feel like many of you are, again, waiting for things to hatch, waiting for things to happen, waiting for things to ground and manifest. And things are happening, but are you clear on your intention? Are you clear on what it is you want? Do you know what it is, again, that makes you happy, that makes you feel fulfilled? Because right now you need to be on this journey of fulfillment and wholeness. What makes you feel happy and whole just with you? Only with pile 3. Nothing, no one attached to this. What are the things that make you feel happy and whole? Okay, and again, the motive and intention is very important. Divine intention and the highest good for you and for all. Now, that's releasing the outcome, releasing attachment, releasing expectations. If you have a certain person that you feel like you want to be with, you're going to have to let it go. And when I say let it go, that does not mean you and this person will not be together. But you have to let go of, like, if you've made plans for you guys to be together, it's supposed to be this way, it's supposed to be that. You have to let all that go. And trust that things are happening for the highest good of you and the highest good of all. And if that's meant for you guys to be together, then that's how it will be. okay? But the outcome and expectations, all that has to be let go. The power of purpose. So you have an amazing purpose here, pile 3. A very powerful one and a very important one. You may be on this path of your purpose. You may be finding your purpose. You may be figuring it out. This is where, again, going outside will help you, because I do see a lot of nature in this picture here. Really focus and concentrate on your purpose, because that's going to help bring you fulfillment that you're searching for, that you need, that you really want, that, will help you to feel unconditionally loved by yourself. Okay? And for many of you, I feel like this is about the truth. I seek the truth. I speak truth. I live truth. I am truth. Being authentic with yourself, being loving with yourself, speaking the truth, seeking seeking enlightenment, and living in your truth, living authentically for who you are, being in your authentic truth and being authentic in all ways, okay? Focus on your purpose is going to help you with the fulfillment and to fulfill and to feel 100% complete and whole. Release all those expectations, release putting people on a pedestal, the idealism, and you will feel rooted in unconditional love. I'm sending you so much love. I know that this is probably not an easy message, so I'm sending you so much love. If no one told you that they love you today, I love you. I'm proud of you for showing up for yourself, for doing this work. It's not easy. Keep going, keep growing. You got this, okay? Please like the video, subscribe, join the Capital LOVE tribe. Share this video, comment below, let me know how this resonated. I just saw 222. There goes another sync for you, pile 3. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next reading.